Okay, in the example 2, we need to find the result using the distributive property. Example 2, I write 3. Using the distributive property. Okay, remember, it's the same topic. We are going to find the answer for this using the method of substitution. Okay, if we need to solve this, this is what we need to solve the system of equation. 4y minus 5x, this is equal 9. And for the other one, we have that x minus 4y is going to be equal 11. So using substitution, we are going to find the answer for this. And what is the step 1? In the step 1, you need to find the expression for one of the variables, because later you are going to replace this into the other equation. Okay, so for this one, you can simplify faster if you don't use y, because in y you have this multiplying. So we can find the value for x. You can see that x is going to be equal 4y plus 11. You can write it 11 plus 4y, but it's going to be the same because they both are positive. So we can write first the 4y, okay? This is the step 1, only to find the expression for the first variable. In this step 2, we only substitute in the other equation. For example, if I use this equation to find this expression, I need to replace this in the other equation, in the first one, in the equation that we don't use yet. So in this step 2, we are going to replace this, and I have that 4y minus 5x. Remember, what is the value of x? X is equal 4y plus 11. Okay, this is a number 5 multiplying in here. And what says the distributive property? The distributive property says that the number you have multiplying outside the parentheses is going to affect each one that is inside the parentheses. You already know how to use this. So we multiply 5 times 4 and 5 times 11. So I have 4y minus 20y plus 55, because 5 times 11 is going to be 55, okay? And we can find the value for y. This, remember, is equal 9. That I only don't copy. I only don't copy the 9, but it's going to be equal 9. Okay, so we have that 4y minus 20y is equal 9 minus 55. Okay, it's going to be a plus because this was negative. Plus, we are going to change the sign. Remember that we have the negative in here and we multiply it, so it's negative in here. Okay, then we continue with this and we only subtract. 4 minus 20 is going to be negative 16y. And this is going to be equal 64. So the value of y, what is? If you pass the 16 that is dividing, it's multiplying to the other side to divide. So this is 64 divided by 16. But this is going to be negative, okay? Then we obtain that y is equal negative 4.
It's our page.
Page 338. Page 338. Okay, in the step 2, we only replace. This is going to be the step 3. The step 3 is when we start solving the exercise, okay? When we start solving the exercise is the number 3. So I'm going to move and give you more space in here. This one. Okay, so we obtain the value for the first variable, the variable y, that is -4. And now what we need to do, we need to find the value of the other variable. Using the value I found, I can find the variable for the other variable. So in the step 4, we are going to replace the -4. So x minus 4 times y, that is -4, is going to be equal 11. Okay. I'm going to write the equation again, so if you want to check what the equation is, x minus 4y equal 11. Okay. And I have that x plus 16 is going to be equal 11. And we only pass the 16, that is in addition, to the other side to subtract. X is equal 11 minus 16. And we obtain finally that x is -5. What is the last step we solve? In the step 5, we only write the order pair. We only write the solution we obtain, -5 and -4. This is what we obtain for this one. But remember, we need to prove that this possible solution is going to be the real solution. So we try with both equations to see if they are the real solution. Okay, so maybe in here I'm going to change the color for this. Substitute. And I have both equations. 4y minus 5x equal 9. Okay, remember, when you solve this or when you solve the graph of some system of equations, if you have it on your book, you know the answer. If you have your book, you know that what answer is going to be. But if you are solving one exercise that doesn't have the answer, you need to be sure that this is the solution for the system of equations. And the only way to be sure about that is proving, it's trying the values into the, okay, replacing the values into the equation. Trying with the values if we obtain the same result for each part of the equation. So x minus 4y is going to be equal 11. Now we substitute the values. 4 times -4, that is y, minus 5 times -5, this is equal 9. Okay, and for the other example we have, if x is -5 minus -4, minus 4 times -4, right? This is equal 11. So we solve to see if we obtain the same. -16 plus 25 equal 9. Since this moment you can see that it's true, so 9 is equal 9. And for the other one, -5 plus 16 equal 11. So finally we obtain that 11 equal 11. So if one part of the equation is equal to the other part, it says it fits correctly. It's a solution for the equation. For the first equation is a solution, and for the other equation is a solution too. Okay, again, like a review. We have the system of equations. The step 1 is to find the expression for one variable. The step 2 is that we replace this expression into the other equation that we didn't use. We find the value for the first variable. Look that we only have one variable, y. If we use x, we have the variable x. is to not work with both variables, like in here that we work with X and Y. Okay, so we work with only one variable. We find the value for this one, and later we use this value of this variable in one of the equations, in the original equations, to find the value for the other variable. When we have both of them, this is the possible solution. You only write the order pair. In here, you finish the exercise, but you want to be sure, you need to be sure that the solution you find is the correct. So we substitute the values we obtain in both equations to see if the answer is correct. Okay, and if the answer is correct, we say that the order pair is a solution for the system of equations. And if you want to write complete the order pair, and what is the order pair? -5, -4 is a solution for the system of equations. Okay, that's what we have in this case.
Mr. The substitute is like the checking part.
To check if you find the correct answer, because maybe we made a mistake. So if the answer doesn't give you the correct for each part, or maybe it gives you in this equation but not in this one, so it's not going to be the solution for the system of equations. Or you can check if you made a mistake in the procedure. Okay, you can check to see what is the mistake we do in the procedure. Okay, because if we solve correctly this, the answer we obtain has to fit perfectly in both equations. So if it doesn't show you the correct answer, is that we made a mistake in the procedure. Maybe with the order of operations or with isolating one variable, I don't know, okay? But it has some mistake. Okay, it's clear that part? Okay, we have the last one. In the last one, the example 3, we have the consumer economics application. One high-speed internet provider has a $50 setup fee and costs $30 per month. Another provider has no setup fee and costs $40 per month. In how many months will both providers cost the same? What will the cost be? Write an equation for each option and let T represent the total amount paid and M represent the number of months. Okay. What we are going to solve is the equations they give you. The total paid is the setup fee, is equal to setup fee plus the cost per month multiplied by the number of months. So we can write the equations for the example 3. In the example 3, we have the equation that is the total paid is going to be equal the setup fee multiplied by the, the cost per month. The cost per month is multiplied by the months, the number of months. We have something like this. Okay, so we can replace the total paid for the first one, and for the second one is going to be the variable T. We don't know what is the total paid, okay? Equal the setup fee. The first one has a 50 and the other one is 0, plus for the first one the cost per month is 30 multiplied by the time in months. We don't know the number of months, so we use the variable M. And in the other case we have $40 in M, that is the number of months that we don't know. So what we can have in here, we have the system of equations. This is the first one and this is the other one, okay? So we can start solving this. In the step 1, we need to find the solution for one equation of these ones. What we can use? Can we use this one or this? It's easier to use this because you have 0 in here. So what is the equation you have? T is equal 40m, because both variables are solved for t. Both variables are solved for t. But it's easier to replace this into the other equation. So in the step 2, we replace t equals 40m. So 40m equal 50 plus 30m. 50 plus 40m. What is the step 3? When we start solving this and find the value for m. Sorry, in here is not here is 30. Okay. Then we pass this 40 minus 30 minus 30m equal 50. 10m equal 50. M equal 50 divided by 10. That is going to be 5, right? So m is going to be equal 5. Then I can continue with the step 4. I already know the value for the first variable, so I need to find the value for the other one. When we have the value for this, I'm going to replace in the other equation. In the original equation, I have both of them. What equation I'm going to use? The first one, because the second one, sorry, because the first one is more complicated. In the first one, you need to replace m and later add with 50. And in this one, you only multiply 40 times 5. That 5 is m. So t is equal 40 times 5. And how much are, I'm going to write this, that say step 4. Okay. T is equal 5 times 0 is 0 and 5 times 4 is 20. So the answer is 200. The last step, we write the solution 5,200. Okay. We already have the answer for this, but what's next? We need to prove that this solution we found is the correct solution for the equation. So if we substitute or we replace, we are going to use both equations. T equal 50 plus 30m, and in the other part we have that t is equal 40m. So t is 200. 200 equal 50 plus 30 times 5. And in the other one we have that t is 200 equal 40 times 5. In the second one, you already know that it's going to be true because it's the same way we found the value. 40 times 5 is 200, so we know that 200 equal 200. So for the first one, we have the correct answer. And for the second one, you are going to obtain the same. You have that 200 is equal 50 plus 150. So 200 equal 200. Like I told you, if we solve correctly this, both values we obtain for the variables, the both values has to be correct when we substitute, when we replace on the equations. If we found that this is not correct, it's because we made a mistake. It's different when they give you the value at the beginning of the problem that you need to prove if it's a solution or not, because we didn't do the procedure to find that values. We only need to check if they are the correct answer or no. But in this case that we solve it, if the values doesn't fit, it's because we made a mistake. So if we have this correct, we say that the order pair, this is one of the most important parts of the equation. The solution for this system of equations, to write what is the order pair and say if it's a solution or not. The order pair 5, 200 is a solution for the system of equations. Okay, and guys, if you write all the procedure, you solve everything, but you don't copy the order pair and you don't say if this order pair is a solution, it's like you lost the most important point of the example. You are trying to understand what is the solution and if you prove it or no, if you are sure that this is the solution. So at least the half of the exercise is going to cost that you find the correct order pair and that you say if it's the solution or no. Okay, this is the procedure to find the answer, but the most important part is that you prove it and you say if this is the answer or no. Okay, I don't know if you understand the point. If you complete the procedure until here, for example, how are you going to know the answer if you don't finish all the steps? So you can memorize the steps, but it's not necessary again if you write step 1, step 2, but if it helps you to work in order, if it helps you to work better, it's okay, okay? So I think that we can finish in here, guys, with the exercises we already finished.